Hello, hello, my crafty friends. How are you today? This is Lesley Owen from Heffy Doodle, and I'm joining you today live from my craft room. And tonight I'm going to be showing you guys some of the products from our latest release. We have now had our pre-orders go live. So if you haven't already seen all of our new release, you're going to want to stick around because you're going to want to see what we've got in store. In this release, we have got some really cute Halloween and fall stamp sets and products, but we also have some other more evergreen products as well. For example, we have some like coffee cups in our Perfect Blend stamp set. We have Unbelievable, which is like sweets and candy. So I think you guys are going to love it. And tonight I'm going to be making a card, I think using our using the coffee cup shaker dies, I reckon is what I'm gonna do. So let me just fight with these cameras for a little second, get everything back on track. There we go, camera's timing out on me. Nessa is here. Hi Nessa, how are you? I'm back. I have been away for a few weeks because hubby and I went for a trip to New York, so that was amazing. And there's so much to talk about, but tonight I need to focus on the release because it is now live and ready for pre-orders. Our pre-orders opened earlier this week, I think it was Wednesday, and then our pre-order period runs right the way through to next Wednesday or Thursday whenever we have the release. That is the 7th. And if you place an pre-order on the store between now and the 7th, you will actually get a free stamp set. Let me turn you guys around. If you place an order on the store, you will get a free Sweetie Pie stamp set, which has this cute little pie and then the slice of pie as well. And if your order is over £45 before shipping, then you're going to get the dies free as well. Da, 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 da. Nessa says, glad to have you back. Our wedding anniversary next Tuesday. Ooh, excited. 35 years. Whoa, that's amazing. Congratulations, Nessa. That's brilliant. So cool. We were in New York celebrating my 40th, so it's been big celebrations here as well. Double celebrations because we've got the release and we had my birthday. Woohoo! All right, you guys, I have got some cards here that I have made using the new goodies. So let me walk you through some of the new items from this release, and you can see which ones you like the look of. How does that sound? So fun. Okay, so first up, let me show you this little guy. This is called Let's Hang Out. Inessa says you don't look old enough. Oh, thanks, hon. You can stick around. So this one is called Let's Hang Out, and it has these cute little spideys. And I know some people aren't a big fan of spiders, but these guys are so fluffy and so furry, and he's got the happiest little face. I don't know how you could not love him. He's absolutely been drawn to be lovable. And we've also got two bats and a selection of really cool sentiments like hang in there friend, let's hang out, and then my favorite one, which says so glad I met you on the web, which I think is very appropriate because a lot of us make crafty friends over the internet. And if you're anything like me, then you might actually have lots of crafty friends that you've never actually met before in real life. Next up, I have got Costume Critters. I think this one has been really popular. We have got some cute little guys in their costumes. They are ready for Halloween, as well as a selection of a couple of sentiments. Lots of accessories in this one. So many dies in this die set like you would not even believe, because we have crammed a lot of stuff in here. Great for scene building. We have a kitty cat, a little dog in a pumpkin costume, a bear dressed as a devil, and then a little guy here as a bumblebee. Lots of debate over what animal he actually is. I think we settled on wombat, but I think he could really be anything. He's super cute. So that is called Costume Critters. And then next up we have got Ghoul Friends. I think the most popular ones so far in pre-orders. Have these cute little ghosties, but not just the fact that they have got ghosts, but there's also other accessories in here and some fun sentiments. So for example, we've got just here for the booze. And here's an example of a card that I made using this sentiment. It's a really fun way to show how you could take these ghosts and make them year-round stamps in your stash. Also in this stamp set, we have also got a sentiment that says, just here for the books. And this one is particularly fun for me because my little one loves to read. She is obsessed with reading. You can see here how I've created this card out of a piece of acetate. This is our extra thick, Heffy Doodle extra thick acetate. And I've added a panel on here with my cute little ghosties, just here for the books. And for those of you who are wondering, this is from the Bedhead stamp set and the cute little vase as well. Ashley's here, so cute, she says. Thank you. What's next? A couple more things that we have. These are called the Elm Street Dies. These are so fun. Let me pop it down here. We have this really cool, whimsical, wonky sort of frame that once again you'll be able to use all the year through. And then we have this sort of gnarly tree and a little haunted house. This die goes behind the haunted house, so you can add like a piece of yellow card if you want to like light it up or something. That works really well. And then a cute little spider and a web. Definitely ones that you're going to be able to use. He's so cute. I want to put googly eyes on him. That's what I want to do. Debbie's here as well. Hey Debbie. I've got a card in progress using these, and this is going to have some easy lights on it, so you can see how it's obviously not quite been put together yet. Once it all lines up, it'll all make sense. Oh, it's catching. There we go. I'll light up my haunted house. That's a work in progress. We'll maybe come back to that a little bit later on. We've also got this stencil, which is really cool. This is called, oh, here's one. This is called Sleepy Hollow Stencil. And a bit like some of our other stencils, you can choose to cut it apart if you so wish. But then you can ink up this bottom section and have some gravestones. Flip it over and you have like a castle on a hill. Got some little bats here and a moon. And then in the middle, you can either choose to put a piece of card up and ink it like this, or you can snip it across and you will get some gnarly trees with some pumpkins and a little scarecrow in there too. A really fun stencil. That's called Sleepy Hollow. Have a look at what that looks like when you have everything all inked up here. Super fun. Lots of character from one simple stencil. Also in this collection we have some fun sparkle mixes. Let me show you. We have got, this is called Firefly, and we've got Hocus Pocus. Two more autumnal Halloweeny kind of sparkle mixes. And I wanted to mention that in these packets not only are there sequins, but there's also a selection of little gems. Sometimes you'll see silver in here, and normally that's the back side of a gem, so when you turn it around there is a gem in there. It's really pretty, really gorgeous. We've got 2 more sequin mixes or sparkle mixes in this release. And I have to tell you that these were actually designed by Piper, my 11-year-old daughter. This one's called Tutti Frutti, and that goes with our more like candy themed products this release. And then we have pumpkin spice. Now, I don't know about you guys, but pumpkin spice season has officially started over here. And I had my first pumpkin spice today, and it was delicious. My little one was very disappointed that she wasn't able to get one. But tomorrow, that is on the list. We're off to get her a pumpkin spice tomorrow. Pumpkin spice latte tomorrow. Come on. She did so well at designing those sparkle mixes. Next up, we have the Happy Halloween Shadow Heffy Cuts. And as you can see here, you get the die that cuts out the Happy Halloween, but then you also get a die that has the shadow, and you can use them together or you can use them separately. We know you guys love these shadow Heffy cuts. They're perfect size, you keep telling us, and they work really well. You can layer them really nicely. You can turn them into shaker elements. So much fun in a little word die. So we couldn't not do a Happy Halloween. And also, speaking about Halloween sentiments, this is our Trick or Treat Jumbo Sentiment die. And you get this big, chunky Trick or Treat sentiment. And you can cut it apart if you really want to, but it's a perfect size for making quick cards. It looks great. I love it. It'll also fit on a, what do you call it, a DL, a slimline card, yes. So it'll fit on that, no bother. And we have these cute little spider with the web and the bats. Now you can, of course, trim them out and use them as elements on your card as well if you so wish. So lots of options with that one. Yells is here and is asking, did you enjoy your holiday, Lesley? Yes, I did. Thank you so much for asking. Okay, next up, let me get these all in order. These are the Cathedral Window dies. These are really fun, and it's a selection of 3 large sort of arches windows, and they have the stitching on the inside and the outside. And then you also get this little guy, which is pretty cool, because what you can do, it comes with this sort of frame, but you could cut away those inner pieces if you really wanted to. And what I also really like about this one is you get this fun these squares in the middle, and you can use that for projects too. You can also trim that down and turn it into just like a square framed window if you wanted to go down that route. So lots of options with the Cathedral windows, and it makes a really beautiful card, really beautiful focal element. And here I've used it with the Ghoul Friends stamp set even. Lots of fun. Also on this card, I have used our brand new Notre Dame stencil. Just look at how pretty that is. I feel like I need to get closer so you can see it in all its glory. So here I have used some picket fence paper glaze with the Notre Dame stencil. But this is definitely giving us stained glass window vibes. So just think how beautiful this would be in a variety of different colors. It's so much fun. It's such an interesting stencil, and already you are all going nuts for it. It's probably my favorite stencil from this release so far. Also in this release, we have got the Celestial Corner dies. Now these little guys might not look like much, but they pack a punch, because these are really fun dies that will give the corner of your cards or your projects an added pizzazz. So it comes in this sort of right angle triangle shape, and there's 2 of them. This one here cuts out a variety of little stars, And this one almost embosses little stitched line stars. I'll show you this card up close. Can you see? I can get it to focus for you. This is the little stitchy stars one. And then the other, like I say, will actually cut out stars. So you could use both the negative and the positive. So if you cut out the stars, you'll be able to see the stars through your card. But the other option, of course, is to use this to provide you with almost star confetti. I know that Amanda Fitterer made a beautiful card, and she embossed a piece of white cardstock with glow-in-the-dark embossing powder, and then she used this to die cut a selection of stars, and then she added each of the little glow-in-the-dark stars around her card, and when the light turns off, it shines so brightly. It's so pretty. That's the Celestial Corner dies. Jasmine's here. Hey, Jazz. All right, so we didn't want to have everything in this release to be Halloweeny, but I do like still thinking about fall or autumnal themes. So Halloween, candy, this is where our brain took us. So this is the Unbeliefable Stamp Set. And you have this cute gumball machine, a bit of a bigger image here. And you guys have been asking for slightly larger images, something that you can make a focal point of your card. So we are delivering with this Unbelievable Stamp Set. And also in this set, we have this little jar. Now the label is a separate stamp, so you can have the jar with or without the label. And you can choose to put either this collection of love hearts or conversation hearts, or these circles, which could be anything from, I don't know, gumballs to M&Ms or anything like that, bonbons, lots of options. These little stamps will fit inside the label perfectly, so you can mix and match up the labels on your jar. And then we have some really cute sentiments like, have a unbelievable day, chew make me happy, would you be mine, hope your birthday is unbelievable, hello sweetie, which is something I think probably a bit more popular over here in the UK, and sending you some encouragement. So lots of fun sentiments to go with these. And I also wanted to mention that the dies for this will actually cut out the little flap for the gumball machine. So it comes with a little section that will cut out that flap for more versatility. Lots of fun. Now, in the same vein, we have got a fun shaker card, a shaker die set, and this is called the Sweet Tooth Shaker Dies. Now, I wonder, do I have a, oh, I don't have it here, which is a shame. But this die set is amazing. I'm going to actually move these out of the way and explain some things to you. When you get this die set, on the back it has a printout which shows you the different things that you can make with these dies. Let me actually run you through them. And I have one made here already. Let me pop it onto something so you can see it a bit better. Like this. And I will walk you through some of these dies, because you're going to get lots and lots of versatility with this one die set. We wanted to create a die set where you could have a little wrapped candy shaker. So I have done this here by creating a circle base for this inside piece. I have then got a frame to go on top, And then I have this shape, which we have duplicated one left and one right to create my shaker element. But the great thing about this is you can actually mix and match them a lot more than that. Here I have a die which has little arches going in. And on this example, let me move it up, you have this sort of pinwheel effect. I have die cut this, actually this is die cut in white, and then I use Copic markers to color each individual section. But you could cut it out in multiple colors, lots of options there. Pop this back down here again and refocus. The other thing that you can do is use this die here, which has like a lollipop stick, and you could put on either make it a shaker like this, so it is a shaker with this lollipop design in the middle, or you just have a plain lollipop, or make it colorful like this, so it's not a shaker. The other option you can have is this inside piece here fits perfectly onto this lollipop die, and then you can add a little ridge along the middle to make it like a sucker lolly. So many options. Or even a cake pop, you could turn it into a cake pop. There is this die to add some frosting to your cake pop, so you have this nice drippy effect. And then we've also added these two dies, which quite simply create confetti that you can add onto your cake pops or onto your lollies, or use them in other projects as well. And there's been some really fun ideas from the design team. One of them even used this shape to create a ghost shaped cake pop. It was really fun. So it had like a ghost shape, and it had a lollipop handle, and they used two enamel dots as eyes. So much fun and lots of creativity by the design team. So a lot going on in one little die set. You will agree, I'm sure. Such a great set, says Nessa. Absolutely. So that's the Sweet Tooth Shaker dies. You're definitely going to want to grab our Heffy Doodle Extra Thick Acetate, and also our Heffy Doodle double-sided foam sheet. It's going to work perfectly for creating shaker elements like this. So that's the Sweet Tooth Shaker dies. Now we have another die set, which I will show you in just a second, and this is the Cup Checkered Eye Set. But before I do that, let me show you the You're So Sweet Jumbo Sentiment dies, and it creates this really fun, large, bulky, hand-lettered sentiment saying "You're so sweet." And once again, you get the shadow with this one as well. What I like about this is you can cut it apart. You could use the word you or your. You could have sweet on its own or so sweet. I love cutting apart these dies to create more versatility for your stash. Now, the last colorable stamp set that we have, or should I say the stamp set combo, is this Perfect Blend stamp set. Now, this actually started off as a mug and some whip and a sentiment, and that was going to be the freebie for this release. But our design team were saying, no, I want more, I want more. We need a full set with these cups and mugs. So what's the girl to do? I absolutely had to go ahead and turn this into a larger stamp set. So I'm definitely feeling the Perfect Blend vibes today, because I did treat myself to a PSL. And in this set, you have a couple of mugs. We have some takeaway ones and also like ceramic. This one has been designed so you could almost turn it into the effect of glass if you wanted to make it a glass mug and color it accordingly. And then we have some other accessories like the little tea bag tag, pumpkins, a coffee bean, a little PSL tag that could go on the front of your mug or your takeaway cup, a cinnamon stick, and a candy cane as well. Now, I had real difficulty with this stamp set picking the sentiments, and what actually happened is we decided to go ahead and create a second stamp set called Tea Time Sentiments. The great thing about this perfect blend set is that mugs hold a lot of different things. So you can make this a tea set. You can make a card about tea, about coffee, about hot chocolate, about lattes, about mochas, and every single one of those elements normally has a pun or a sentiment which lends itself to that. So here we go. We have got Tea Time Sentiments, and we have brought to you some awesome sentiments that will work with those themed cards. We've got things like "You really mean a latte to me," "Coffee and catch up," I like that one. Then you've got this one, "You mock me happy," "To my best tea," and "Sorry, I forgot your birthday." That one is Morgan's favorite. So these two stamp sets really go hand in hand, and I think you'll get a lot of mileage out of the Tea Time Sentiments. Now, I know that you want to see this coffee cup shaker dies, so let me walk you through that. It is a larger die set. There's a lot of dies in it. So let me walk you through what you get. So you get this base die, which you can see here on this card, takes up the guts of an A2 note card. This is your base image. You also get a die like this, which will be your lid. And then you get a long, ever so slightly curved die with some stitching on it. That is going to be the ridge on your cup, like so. Now you can make your dies, like your die cut elements like this. We have a lovely coffee sleeve with some nice stitching design that will go right on top, like so. Or if you want, you can use this other die here. Now this you can run through your machine to create a frame on the front of this coffee cup, and this is what turns it into a shaker element. You'll use this one for your front piece, and for the back piece you'll keep that solid so that all your little shaky bits stay inside. The other thing I wanted to mention is we have added this die, which fits perfectly inside here, and it has two little semi-circular die cut notches, as you can see, and these are perfectly spaced to hold a gift card. So what you can do is create a card that holds a gift card in here. So ideally you could do it here, right on the coffee sleeve, but this die you could use just on the inside of your card, any card. You could just die cut that in here and right in the middle, and then you'll have these two notches for a gift card. So you're going to use this little guy like gold dust. You're going to use him a lot. Now also in this set is a couple of other dies that I wanted to walk you through. Jasmine says, does it hold your bookmarks too? Ooh, I don't know, Jasmine. We'll have a look in a minute. I feel like it needed to be wider for, it needed to be the width of a gift card, so I'm not sure if the bookmarks are that wide actually, but we'll have a look in a minute. But these other elements that we have in here, let me walk you through them because I think that will be useful. First of all, we have a little tea bag tag and a string. So if tea is your beverage of choice, you can add that like so, and pop it underneath here probably. A little tea bag tag. The other thing that you can do is, if you wanted to, you could cut off this top section so you just have the ridge of your cup, and then you could even put that on top. So it doesn't have this section on top. Let me show you what I mean. We'll hide it for the purpose of the camera. So it'll look like this. And now it looks like a cup that you would get an iced drink in. We've also got this little ice cube die, so you could create an iced drink. And this guy you can turn into a straw using the little rhombus. You can add stripes to your straw, like so. You'll need to do a straw above and then a straw below, I imagine. But we had to make it fit, so we couldn't do a full one. And then also in this set, we have got little love heart, which fits perfectly on the coffee sleeve, like so. And another little baby love heart, which fits on the tea bag tag. And then this guy is for cutting out little circles, and if you like boba tea, it's going to be perfect for creating that boba tea kind of juice look. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. So lots and lots of options in one die set, and what I particularly love is the fact that you can choose to make it a shaker card or not. It's really up to you. Yells is saying, so well thought out, Lesley. Thank you. Yes, I try and make sure that when we're creating dies that it has versatility, especially these larger dies that you know, they cost a little bit more money, so I want you guys to be able to get good mileage out of them. Well, let's pop this back in here. We might use them tonight. And then we also have this die, which says Warm Hugs, and it's the Warm Hugs Jumbo Sentiment die set. And just like our other jumbo sentiments, you have this really cute handwritten chunky letters here, words Warm Hugs, with the coordinating dies. And I think we're down to the last thing here. Oh no, I've got another stenciler too. These are essential phrases sentiments. Okay guys, so these may not look very exciting, especially when you compare it to things like the ghosts, the Ghoul Friends, and the critters. Everybody loves a critter, right? But I'm telling you, you're going to use this stamp set more. This is called essential phrases. Now, when we're making things like warm hugs, I want you guys to be able to take away the word hugs and use it separately. Or you're so sweet. I want you to be able to use the word sweet and use it separately. But that means you need to have some stamps or half sentiments in your arsenal. And this essential phrases is exactly where you're going to go. Because this is like the start of a sentence or a sentiment. So we have got wishing you a... So you could have sweet, wishing you a sweet day, wishing you a sweet birthday, wishing you a fabulous birthday. You know, you've got have an, maybe use the word amazing, have an amazing birthday, have an awesome day. But we've also got have a as well as have an. Now we dithered over this because we thought, well, you could just mask the N. But in the end up, we thought that what's actually more important is that you guys have something to hand that is easy. So we've added a selection of different sentiments here, or partial sentiments, so that you can use this stamp set to build up lots of different sentiments on your cards using your dies or other stamps. and I really hope that you like it. So far it's been popular. That's the essential phrases. Ooh, what have we got? Oh, Jasmine says, I remember when you took me for my first bubble tea. Oh, I love a bubble tea. I like the peach tea with the strawberry bobas. So good. And we have someone here who is this Chabby. Hello from Germany. Hello. And I forgot 2 stencils, so let me show you these now. This one is called Love is Everywhere stencil. And although it is love hearts, what I really like about this stencil is that in any color, it just creates a beautiful design. For example, here we've used it in this scattered straw color, and it just creates a really fun background on this card. It doesn't really look like love hearts. It just looks really fun and interesting. And the way it comes into the center really creates a focal pull, which is really cool. And last but not least, we have got the Bean Scene stencil. So this is the Bean Scene stencil. Hopefully you can see it there. Now, honestly, this stencil gives Morgan's the heebie-jeebies. She says she doesn't like the gaps in it. Makes her skin crawl, she said. But personally, I love this stencil because once again, it creates a lot of versatile designs. This to me looks like baked beans. I don't know about you guys. Or you could do some inking in some brown tones and maybe add a little line in the middle to create like a coffee bean style to these this design. But it's also just a really cool design to go on any card, and I've used it all around the back of this card here for a really cool, whimsical dotted design. I think this is definitely going to be one of those designs that I'll reach for time and time together, and that is called Bean Scene. Jasmine says they remind me of jelly beans. Yes, absolutely. It's called Bean Scene because when Craig and I were dating, there was this little coffee shop in Stirling in Scotland called Bean Scene, and they did live music on I want to say a Friday night maybe, and we used to go there and listen to the live music. It was so much fun. So that was a little homage to our younger days, our youthful days, and the Bean Scene coffee house. So much fun. Okay guys, I'm gonna make a card tonight. I'm sure you're saying, hurry up. Before I crack on, let me show you some of these cards, and then if you've got any questions about the release, please let me know. This is for the Ghoul Friends. Just here for the books, we've got the Bean Scene stencil around the back. I've used a mixture of Pink Fizz Sparkle Mix and some also from Firefly, and I have this unit and the vase from Bedhead, so really cute. And I've used my Heffy Doodle extra thick acetate for the background. Same stamp set, but used the wine glass and wine bottle here. It's hard to see, but I've also stamped in pink some wine glasses and bottles in the background for that faux pattern paper look. Really fun. In the background, once again, I've used some Pink Fizz, which is one of my favorite sparkle mixes. Moving over now to Let's Hang Out, I have created this moving interactive card. In the background, I'm hoping you can see that I have used the Sleepy Hollow stencil. So we have a creepy scarecrow and a creepy little tree here. I have repeat stamped the words Let's Hang Out to give the illusion of pattern paper. And then on the back, I've used the Fright Night pattern paper pad, which actually I forgot to show you. but Fright Night pattern paper and Fright Night enamel dots, which is also part of this collection. Using the same stamp set, the Let's Hang Out stamp set, I've made this really fun card, and I've added my cute little bats, and this guy is on a wobbler. And I love this little guy who's upside down. At the very bottom, I have used the Little Town border dies to create this silhouette of a town in the background. And for the clouds, I have used the Cloudy Skies stencil. And my slimline background is from the Sweet Slimline. Hi, who's here? Dawn is here. I'm so late, she says. It's okay. You can pop in and out as you wish. This card was really fun to make. It was also made using the Picket Fence paper glaze product, which is one that you smear on with a palette knife. And I smeared it onto some card and then cut out the words beautiful using the stitched alphabeters. And I wanted to have transparent ghosts. So hopefully you can see that my ghosts have been heat embossed onto extra thick acetate. No, actually this is heat resistant acetate, not the extra thick one. And then behind I've layered up little elements of the little cutout shapes using the paper glazed card. And this is a good example of how I've used the perfect sentiments here to create a fun complete sentiment. So that's cool, isn't it? I love using pinks and things for Halloween, something that's a little bit different. Speaking about pinks and Halloween, I've showed you this earlier, but to recap, I've used the Ghoul Friends stamps and dies. I forgot to mention that the die actually cuts out this little guy's hands, so you can tuck a wine glass in there, or a wine bottle, or a book, something like that. And then we have the Notre Dame stencil. And for this frame, that's the Cathedral Window dies. And for the background, hopefully you can see that's the Brick by Brick stencil from a previous release. Dawn says, oh my goodness. Jasmine is saying paper glaze is so fun to play with. Yes, it is, but the hardest bit is having to wait for it to dry. In the background here, we have the Bean Scene stencil with lots of Halloweeny colors. And I've added the Trick or Treat sentiment. Now, what doesn't pick up well on camera is the fact that my ghosts have been stamped in a really light grey color. So in real life, it looks a bit sort of spooky and ethereal, but on the camera, it doesn't really pick it up, but it's still super cute. I've also used the frame from the Elm Street Dies for this card. Dawn is saying, loving the pink. Speaking about pink, here I have a card made using the Unbelievable Stamp Set. I've used the cute little gumball machine. And here you can see where the die cuts out the flap for that as well. And I put these little gems inside, and I put one right in the bottom. I used some Heffy Doodle double-sided foam sheet to cut out, you use the die for that, and then I used it to cut out the base. So that means I have a little hole in the aperture in there, which is the perfect size for making sure that gem doesn't disappear. And on the corners here, I have used the Celestial corner dies. I think that just gives your card some really nice texture without overwhelming the design. And this pink pattern paper is from the Summer Holiday collection. Dawn says that would look cute with spooky eyeball gumballs. Oh, that would be so cool. That would be an awesome Halloween card. And now here we have Sip Sip Hooray, a card that I've made. I've used some pattern paper from the Fright Night collection of pattern papers. And Sip Sip Hooray is from the Tea Time Sentiments. And I just added a little bit of interest by stamping some pumpkins onto the patterned paper here. And then I used the Love is Everywhere stencil behind this and splattered it with some dark brown ink just to give that sort of coffee cup, coffee splatter feel to this card. So much fun. All right, let me grab a drink of water. Oh, I've got one more card to share. He ran away. Almost lost him. This one here that has some cute little spideys and a note that says, "So glad I met you on the web." Super, super cute. And I used my stitched squares to die cut 3 little square apertures and the strips of ease for the sentiment in the middle. And once again, I've used the Fright Night pattern paper and Fright Night enamel dots there. Let me grab them for you. I've used some of these ones, but you'll get the gist. That's the Fright Night enamel dots. And even though together these colors definitely give you that Halloweeny vibe, I will say that separately, each of these could be used to for any other project. You know, the purples, you could use that on floral cards, spring cards. The black is particularly great for masculine, plus this light grey color. Orange, I think the orange always makes me think of the center of flowers. The green for your jungle cards, lots of options there. And then this is the Fright Night pattern paper, and I really like this one because there's 2 greens, and I always am looking for green tones so I can create grass on my cards when I'm making scenes. Grass and sky are the 2 that I always tend to use the most. But these other colors you're definitely going to be able to use as well in your other cards. The purple is particularly lush. Big fan of that one. Okay, we're going to make a card. And we're going to use the Coffee Cup Checkered Eyes. So let me know what your favorite thing is from this release. What are you particularly excited about? And don't forget, you can get a free Sweetie Pie stamp set if you place a pre-order on the store between now and the 7th of September. You'll also get the dies absolutely free if your pre-order comes to more than £45 before shipping. You don't need a code. We're making life easy for you. And who doesn't like a free stamp? Everybody loves free stamps. All right, guys, let's see what we can do here. Jasmine is saying, I love anything purple. Yes, you do. Oh, I wanted to check for you, Jazz, if this fits the mark here words, but I think it's going to be too skinny. Let me see, where would I find that? Interactive. Mark my words. I think it would just hold it. It would be holding it by the smallest amount. You need to test it out really to see. It looks like it would overhang slightly. You could put it at an angle and it would definitely hold it at an angle. That would definitely work. But if you wanted to have it straight up, I think it's just a little bit skinny. A little bit on the skinny side. But a really good question, so I'm glad you asked. All right, let's turn this boil on, so hopefully you can see me too. Marcy's here. Hey, Marcy, how you doing? Okay, so my thought was we can either make a card that it has like is for tea. So we'll have our takeaway cup and have a little tea tag on it. Or maybe we do one that is like an iced coffee or a boba or something like that. What's your thoughts? What would you like to see? Let me know in the comments and I will come up with some ideas. The other thing I was thinking about doing, if we do the tea version, I'm going to turn this into the whole card. So create a like hinged element on this to turn that into the whole card. But if I'm doing like a boba tea, I'll probably just create an element to go onto a card. So if that makes any difference, let me know. Jasmine says, I was thinking you could still use my partial die cutting and by marking the side of the bookmarks, the other side. Absolutely, you could definitely do that. A little bit more work, but I think it would be worth it. Jazz says, I'm gonna do it. Marcy is saying, I'm loving the coffee die. And we've got a vote each. Iced chai, please. And one that says tea full card. So we'll wait to see what else comes in. Either way, I need some of these base images. So let me go and grab some cards for that. Dawn is saying, I love the coffee die as well. Good job. Okay, let's see. We'll need to cut this out. Let me get my memo tip. And I'll move it over the side because if we decide we're going to need some of these other elements, I might be able to squeeze it out off the side here. Dawn says, I jumped over here to make sure I wasn't missing anything. Well, you don't want to miss anything, that's for sure. Okay, well, let's see if we can make maybe a tea die and then we can take it from there and see where we go. So I have cut out a base image and I'm going to be doing this a couple of times. Because if this is a whole card, I want it to be nice and sturdy. And I'd love to know in the comments, what is your hot beverage of choice? What is your favorite hot beverage of choice? Let me know in the comments. I would love to know. I'm a pumpkin spice girl. It's pretty much the only hot beverage I drink now. I will sometimes have a hot chocolate if I'm in the mood. But in regards to caffeinated drinks, pumpkin spice all the way. All right. Ooh, pirate Prairie Stork, pardon me, is saying Bengal spice tea. Is it like a chai? I like a chai as well. So I have cut out 4 of these, which you cannot see because it's white on white. So let's rectify that. I've cut out 4 of these little guys. So that we can create a nice base for our cup. And I am keeping these because we want to create some lids for our coffee cups. And I'm going to use these little scraps to cut them out. So let's go ahead and trim this down. I think we're going to be able to make this work absolutely fine. And there's the perfect size for our little decorating machine. So, Prairie sort of saying, my name is Becca and I'm watching from Minnesota, USA. Lovely to meet you, Becca. Thanks for tuning in. Becca, tell us, what is your favorite hot beverage? Are you a coffee girl? Are you tea? Or was it you who said, oh, peppermint tea is what you said. Bengal spice tea or peppermint tea? I see you. I hear you. You like those autumnal and wintry flavors? You're my kind of girl. Those are my favorite as well. I've spent today going into storage and pulling out my boxes of autumnal and fall decorations. So I have now a house full of pumpkins, which, let's face it, is perfect. Absolutely perfect. I love it. The best. Okay, so I've got 4 of these. I probably don't even need that much. But what we're going to do is create a card using these elements. And so we're going to have a base like so, 2 together. And then we're going to have a top flap like so, 2 together. And we're going to create the fold at the very top here. So to do that, I need to have a piece of card that runs through the middle of this. Now, it does not need to be the whole length, absolutely not. It can be just a smaller piece. I'd recommend it being sort of this wide. So let's see. I need to hold my piece of card to my die cut elements and put a little mark on here so that I know how wide this is. Then I'm going to take my Heffy Doodle mini trimmer and trim that down like so. Move that over to the side. And now we need to create a crease in this because this is going to be our hinge. So I'm just eyeballing it. I'm not going to worry about getting it in the center. But now I've got a trimmer here which has got the white blade. So this is actually an embossing blade, score blade. And that creates a beautiful score line for me. So now I have what will be my hinge. So I'm going to use an ATG gun, stick these together, And I'm going to attempt to get my hinge flat against the top edge of my coffee cup dies, like so. Working good so far. Now let's add the next one on here. I'm going to line it up with the one that I have already at the bottom, like so, and then fold this piece over the top. And add the top one right in place, like so. So already our card has come together really nicely, like so. Becca is saying, I love autumn. I just don't like the long season after that. I hear ya. I hear ya. So these are going to be our top sections of our card, of the lid of our coffee cup. And in fact, I don't even think you'd need to put one in all four. You can if you want. It'll finish it off a little bit, but you could leave the ones on the back without the flap. But what's going to make this card even better is if you have a colored piece, or you have a colored cup essentially. So I was having a look at some of my pattern paper, and I was thinking that I would create, because I wanted to do tea, I thought that maybe something floral would work, or I don't know, something a bit more like delicate I think would be really cute. So I have a couple of options here. I have a pack of scrapbook paper which has these sort of blue tones. This one here is definitely giving me vibes of like a china plate, so I thought that might be cute. Or we have this one, which is hard to see, but it's a very light pink blush color with these really delicate flowers on it, on almost like a creamy color. That could work. These ones I'm not in love with, so I'm going to avoid that one. So we've got the blue one, the pink one, and I also saw something else that also appealed to me. Which was this 12 by 12 pattern paper that is white with these like blush colored hearts all over it. So tell me in the comments. We have got hearts. We have got blue china plate. Or we have got the pink blush flourish design. What do you think? Ooh. We have Nessa is voting for hearts. Nessa is saying this paper pad would be great for wedding cards. This is called La Boutique, and it is from K & Company, and it is many, many years old, I will tell you. Oh, we're getting some votes for hearts. Okay, I think hearts is going to be the winners here. Let me get my face back up on the screen now that my camera has decided to play ball. So I'm going to die cut this using my Luscious Hearts, and I do not need the whole thing. I don't need this top section. It's going to be covered by my white lid. So let me take my pencil again and add some marks onto it. So we're looking at about 3.5 inches. By about 7. That should do it. Lots of love for this heart paper. Very pretty. Oh, Nessa's saying use the coffee bean stencil. That would work cute too. But I want something nice and light and delicate for my tea. I want it to say tea, not coffee. All right. So, this is going to go on here. Don't worry about the fact that it is blank at the top, because this is going to go right on top. Like so, and it's going to look so cute. It's going to be the cutest. Let's cut this out again so that I have the same teacup on the inside of my card. And Becca's saying, I think the floral paper in the old pad would have been lovely too. So many good ideas. The hearts will look like bubbles in boba tea. Yeah, that's true. So this one's going to go on the inside, and then we're going to have this guy on top. So let me first of all, I think we're going to add a little bit of shading to this just to create that illusion of a little bit of curvature, I guess, to my cup. So to do that, I'm going to be using some foam daubers, and I think I will go for light pink, or maybe we'll go for I think I'm going to go for warm lipstick perhaps, just to go around the edges here. I'm going to do the edges. Like this. I'm also going to do this top edge so it comes down from underneath the lid. Have a look what that's like now. I think it makes it look really cool, makes it pop quite a lot. And I'm going to take just a plain blending tool and blend this out a little bit more. Smudge that pink tiny little bit. Looks a bit more subtle. All right, let's do the same on our inside piece. And I'm not going to pick up any more ink. I'm just going to use what's on here. I think will make it even more subtle. And in fact, I might use this one on the front. That's a bit more delicate. right. Dawn is saying that looks very cute, and also that she loves these colors together. Right, so this is going to go in the inside. Oh, look at that. I didn't even realize. Oh, you can't see it very well, but there's this really pink, really nice blush pink with a white polka dot on the other side. So pretty. You never know what you're going to find in your stash. Dawn is saying, love these colors together. Love that blue with the orange, and also pinks and oranges as well. Pinks and oranges are one of my most favorite. I am a big fan. Pink and orange. Super cute. Okay, so let's add our lid right on top on the inside here. And then for the outside, we're going to add this on as well. Oh, did I put the wrong one? No. Doing good. And already my card is really sturdy. It really is. This is going to go right on top here, and that's going to be the lid of our teacup. Like so. So our cup is coming together quite nicely. Like I say, you can, if you want, put this on the inside to create, you could replicate the hearts here if you want to, but I actually quite like it like this. I think it doesn't take away too much from the design. So we'll put this back into my die insert so that I can use it for another time. I like to do that with a little stash on the back. So I have now this, which will go along the front section, but I also want to create my little tea tag. Now, shall we go for some blues, or shall we go for like a teal color, or shall we go for a light blue color? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. We have some light blue like this, ice blast color, or we have a simply tealicious color. Dawn is saying, where's your little helper today? She should be in bed because she was away at a residential trip with school for 3 days. So she has done zip lining, and they made fires, and they did archery. They did all sorts of activities. They also went to Wildlife Park, and they saw baby snow leopards, which I'm very jealous about. And yeah, so she should be sleeping. Hopefully she is. All right, so we've got some love here for the teal color. Let me put Ice Blast back in his home. Let's see what we can do. The other option is that we have our summer holiday pattern paper, and there is a teal in here, which has a nice stripe to it. So I think that might be required. This is the summer holiday pattern paper. So we could create a base with a stripe. I think that would work really well. I feel like my camera is a little bit overexposed. Hopefully that's better. So let's die cut this down into an A2 card. using the Imperial stitched rectangles. And if you don't have these dies, what are you playing at? Absolutely dies that need to be in your stash. Probably my most used dies. So that's the Simply Tealicious cardstock, and I'll be putting this onto a card base, and I'm going to layer up the striped pattern paper on this one. So to do this, I'm going to use my Heffy Doodle trimmer. My pattern paper is 6 inches by 6 inches. So what I'm going to do first of all is trim it down to A2. So let's take 1/2 inch off this side, which will give me 5 1/2. And then I need to take one, that would be 4 1/2, 4 1/4. Oh no, I obviously was not doing my math correctly there. Another 1/2 inch. Okay, so now I have an A2 size, but I'm going to trim away equal distances on both edges to get a panel that will fit perfectly in the middle here, just like so. And who doesn't love paper strips? I'll put these in my little bag. So this is going to be my card base, nice and simple. Oh, here I was going to make that whole thing a card. So I didn't need a card base, but I actually really like this, so let's just go with this. This will be a card that has a hidden gift card. Teal for card base is nice. Here we go. Yeah, okay, lovely. And this is going to go right on here like this. Now we're going to add a little tag to this that's going to have a string, but we're also going to have a sleeve on our cup. So questions, and decisions for you guys. Are we going to have a white sleeve? Are we going to have a craft sleeve? Or are we going to have a different color altogether? What's your thoughts? And while you are deciding that, I'm going to cut out this little panel to go on our lid. Becca is saying craft sleeve. Ooh, lots of love for craft. We're gonna go craft, I think, here, guys. And I actually have a craft color which is quite pale, and I think it would go really well with this color combo that we've got going on here. So let's do that. We shall go craft. Let me see if I can go find it. Where are you? Here we go. I have two options. One slightly darker than the other. And I'm thinking I might go for this one. Let's test drive it and see what happens. I'm very happy to see that I am using up some of my scrapbook papers. I have not been using my scrapbook papers in such a long time. Suzanne says, I got my first order of Heffy Doodle double-sided piece of foam sheets and foam tape. I cannot wait to try them. And Becca's saying, your die cutter is so quiet, mine is squeaky. Which one do you have, Becca? I love this little guy. I mean, I'm completely biased, of course, but I love it. And I know a lot of you love your Heffy Doodle machines as well. We get a lot of comments, a lot of lovely customers telling us how much they enjoy the machine. And that makes even the dullest day worth its while. All right. Okay. So here we go. We're going to stick this one on here. And then we're going to have one that goes on the inside here. You could layer it up like this so that you have a sleeve on both sides, but I think that will detract away. So I'm going to leave this for in here. So while I have my die cut piece, I'm going to put my die over the top, nestle it in so that it fits perfectly. And then you can go ahead and position this little guy in the middle. And that will help you get this perfectly centered. So you can do this. And you have these two little flaps here. So this guy is going to go here. And what I will say to you though is when you are sticking this down, you need to make sure that you do not put any glue behind these semicircles. Okay, do you hear me? No glue behind the semicircles. You can put it in between. You can put it on the edges down here where the stitching is. But no glue behind the semicircles because we need these flaps to lift up. Okay, let's position this like so. Now this one will overhang your card. So I think even though I don't want one on the inside, if I was making this a standalone card like this, I would put one on the back like this. But this card is going to be going onto my teal panel. So that's all groovy. And this now means I can adhere my front panel in place. So let's get some glue on here. Close this over and then line it up accordingly, like so. Now let's not forget this is a teacup, so we need to add a string with a little tag. Now, I don't know, I think different teas have got different colored tags. Is that right? I don't know if you guys have any other ideas. If you think, do different teas have different colored tags? By that vein, could my tag be any color? I would like to know. But I think on the most part, the string would be white. But this is card making, so we do not need to be accurate. Dawn says you need a paper crimper for the front cup holder. I know, how cute would that be? You could maybe use the paper creaser and then go one way this way and then turn it over and do the mountains on this side and the valleys on the other. That would be a really fun but admittedly time consuming way to get around that. I used to have a paper crimper many moons ago. I do not now, but that would be really fun. Yael says, I have a large die machine and a medium one too. I feel like I need the small one. Goldilocks of the craft world. Yes, do it. You're gonna love it. Dawn says, is that the texture? I'm not sure what you're referring to. But that maybe you can clarify. I think we need to bring some of that teal forward here. So why don't we create a little teal string? Because this piece of teal cardstock is staring at me. So to me, that is a sign. And it's going to go underneath this guy. So it looks like it's coming out of the cup, like so. Now it's up to you if you want to almost replicate the front on the inside, then I would say go ahead and die cut an exact replica, another teal string for the inside. Prairie is saying, is there a stamp for the tag? No, there isn't a stamp for the tag. That would have been an awesome idea, actually. But we left the tag so that, well, there is a little die. You can put this little love heart on it, which I think would be super cute. That's what I'm going to do tonight. But you can use some of the sentiments, like in our What She's Saying, there is a little one that says like for you and stuff like that. Even in the Unbelievable, we have these little stamps. We have yum, which probably maybe isn't really appropriate, or eat me, but we have XOXO and for you. That will work perfect for this card. In fact, why don't we go ahead and use the for you on here? What do you guys think? The for you or the XOXO? The other option is, of course, we use one for the front and one for the inside. So it mixes it up a little bit different. Let's see if I've got some card scraps lying around. No need to break into a nice fresh piece of card for this guy. For you, that's it. Crystal Tier. Love that espresso or latte cup with the hearts on it. I think it looks really cute. I think you guys picked really well tonight with that pattern paper. Very sweet. And let's go ahead. I've got my distress ink here. So why don't we give this a little inking? Can you even see that under my noggin? And we will die cut this with a heart. So we have this as an option as well. I think it's coming together so cute. So sweet. This is going to go on like so. If you wanted to, you could actually cut a little hole in it, and you could put these back to back and then do a hole in it with like a paper punch and have it overhanging the edge. That would be cute. In fact, I might do one back to back so that you can, so that it sturdies it up a little bit. Let's just if I ever have elements overhanging, I like to reinforce them a little bit. My phone died like 2 days before we went away to New York, and now I'm using an old phone, but it keeps timing out. So if you see me going over there and pressing buttons, it's because it keeps going on to screen saver mode or whatever. So I might do the heart on the front and then the for you on the inside, because the inside is going to have my, oh no, let's do the for you on the front then. That would be cute. Should we do that? The XOXO decisions. Yeah, I think I might do the heart on the front. Where is Bluebird? Here we go. Becca is saying the XOXO with a heart die outside. Will the heart and the XOXO fit is the question. Well, I don't think it will, because I want this to come down a little bit. You could put it behind, I suppose, but I wanted it to come down. I've rounded the edge of this string so it looks like it goes into a hole almost. So I think one on its own will have to do. But that's okay, we shall manage. What do you guys think? Something like that? I think in the end I'm not even going to overhang it. But that's just me, you guys. I make decisions and then I change my mind. And this is going to go on top like so. Really cute. I am loving it. I need to make a decision of whether I want to raise this bit up and have nice dimension, but I'm thinking no, because it's already going to have quite a lot of dimension. There's quite a lot of layers going on at the moment. So let's just stick this on here. Super cute. Now I need another little tag, so I can do that for you on the inside. Will the tag get hidden behind the gift card? Oh, quite possibly. Quite possibly. But I'm still not against it. I don't mind the fact that it's hidden when the gift card's there, and then whenever the gift card gets removed, you're like, oh, that's cute. So let's line this up and got a little bit of my glue. And that just makes sure I get my string in more or less the right spot. Oh, you're right. I think it will get covered up. All right, let's see if we can add this sentiment. And my oxide is here. That'll work. Yells is saying one option is that you could just glue the string and not the tag. The other option is that you don't put a sentiment on the tag. That also would work fine as well. But I can be a bit extra sometimes, so why not? So put this into the corner, and I'm going to hold this roughly where I want it to go, open up, and moosh it down. I do think that will get covered by the gift card. But que sera, sera. Oh, I probably didn't need to do that, just the stripe. Now, do I have a gift card? I think I'll need to go tomorrow and buy myself a gift card just so that I can put it in there. I don't think I have such a thing. I have a gift card, but it's not a standard one. That's not very helpful. What else I have in my stash? Anything that might work? Wow, embossing business card. So you're going to want to fold. This is going to work best if you sort of hold the edges up a little bit and mush it in. And it will work better with an actual gift card. So slide it up like so. Fits perfectly. And this is going to go on the front of my card. It does want to pop up, but that's okay by me. And then you can add a sentiment on here if you wish, and that's where your tea time sentiments are going to be an absolute godsend. Where are you hiding? So Sip Sip Hooray will fit perfectly. Coffee and catch up. We've got You Are a Terrific Friend. You could add that to maybe a sentiment strip going across. Brew can do it. That sounds fun. Then you've got simple things like time for tea. I quite like the you're a terrific friend. Now, I don't know whether I want to put it on here or have it as almost like a sentiment strip. Part of me is liking the idea of putting a love heart on the front, but is that too much love? Not too much love, you guys. Ooh, actually, I have a die cut here from the Sweet Scallop Slimline. Come on. That has some nice stitching around the outside. And that is going to be really cute. What if we just stick this on here like that? It's going to be adorable. I'm going to take a Copic marker in BG10, if I can find it. And add some shading around the side of my tea bag tag. It'll bring in a light teal color, but it will also create a shadow so that my white love heart here will really pop. And the other thing you could do if you wanted to is with the die cutting machine, you get a little embossing folder with some Swiss dots, and I think you could emboss that and it would be really cute as well. But let's go ahead and stick this on. But first, coffee goes well there. Oh, what about To My Best Tea? I think that's where it's at, you guys. Let's see if we can make it fit. No, my luck, it won't. But I'm pretty persistent, so let's see if we can make it fit. So let's get this right in the corner. Of my Misty. And there's a little one that says To My Best Tea. See if I can position this. And I've not stamped this guy yet, so I'm going to do a test run before I commit. And I'm going to use some Catherine Cooler ink if I can find the right color. Maybe in the park. No. Let's try Aquatine. Yes, that looks a bit better. I'm just conditioning my stamp here, getting it used to working a little bit. Before I go in. Beautiful. To my bestie. Oh. I am loving how this turned out so far. I need to stick this on here and we need to add this to a card base. Let's go ahead. And fold up a piece of pre-cut card to create a card base. Oh, I'm getting near the end of my... Oh, he's died. Near the end of my ATG. I feel like I've gone through that one really quickly. No fear. Have no fear. Gluebert is here. He's a good boy. Stick that on there. Lovely jubbly. And I'm just going to ease these up a little bit to make them a bit easier. All right, so this actually, I'm not sure whether wet glue or solid or dry glue is going to be the best for this. We'll try Gluebert. He has yet to fail me. So I think we'll go with that. It looks good not attached to the base. Would it stand up? It absolutely would. There you go. It has a little bit of a curve on the bottom edge, but it will absolutely stand up. But there was a lot of love for the teal, so we'll have to add it. Oh, I'm just going to make sure my card's the right way. Okay. Beautiful. Let's put some weight on this for a second. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and put him on there. And I'm going to use some sequins now to finish this off. And maybe some enamel stuff. You want that, buddy? I'll arrange it with it. Hey, bud. So I have in the summer holiday collection, I have got some teals. The pink is a little bit too bright a pink. However, in wildflowers, there is a more appropriate pink, I think. In fact, here I have two just begging to be used. So let's go ahead and add them today. And I can maybe use a white or two from the summer holiday collection. And I'm going to also add a couple of sequins. These embellishments, I think, just really finish the card beautifully. So let's add some little dots around about. And remember that the sparkle mixes that we have not only have sequins, but also little gems in them as well. So I pulled out the pink fizz, which I think will go really well here. And I like to pull out loads because then I get the variety of sizes and colors. And also the little gems that sometimes decide to hide. There we go. Let's take a closer look at what we've made today. This is a cute interactive card with a gift card, even though I don't have a gift card right now. And we have used the coffee cup shaker dies, and we have made this flip up element on the front, although you could use that as a stand-alone element. If you were just doing the flip up, you wouldn't need to have 4 layers. You could just make do with 3 and hide the flap behind this inside one, this one at the back. But I've added some embellishments. We've used that gift card holder die for the inside, and we've used a sentiment from the Tea Time Sentiments stamp set. We've also used some pattern paper from Summer Holiday collection. We used our pink fizz and our Summer Holiday enamel dots as well. Super cute. I'm loving how it turned out. I think you guys did a great job picking the pattern paper for this. And I love that we've added a little bit of shading to really make it pop. The colors are just divine as well. Let's see what everybody's saying in the comments. Marcy's saying, I love it. And Suzanne is saying, it's super cute. Yell's just saying, I'm not an embellishment fan. I hate the glass ones, but I do like the ones in your collection. Oh, great. And Suzanne saying, it's so cute. I love it. And Becca's saying, very lovely project and lots of stars there. Yells is a fan of the enamel dots. Me too. I think they're just so pretty and they give such a nice like shine off them. They're really, really cute. Okay, you guys, that is me for tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget that you can get your free stamp set, which has run away. Here it is, a free Sweetie Pie stamp set if you get your pre-orders in at the Heffy Doodle store. Everyone loves free stamp, so what's not to love? And as for me, I'm going to be going off tomorrow to get a little gift card to go into here. so that I can take some photos of this. And then I'm going to take said gift card and treat myself to pumpkin spice latte. Have a great weekend, and I shall see you next time. Until then, happy crafting. Bye bye.